Hey guys, I'm Coach Justin Moore. This is Mike Cusmano, and we're going to be coming up with a new segment for you guys. It's going to be a little bit bi-weekly at first, and we might move it up to weekly. It's going to be called Top Tier Tuesday. We find that a lot of people are really interested in the corrective exercises and the core work we use, but they don't quite know how it fits into their program. They don't really understand where this applies or how I can use this to make me better or get my lifts better or my movement quality better. So we're going to show you a tier, which in my programming scheme is a block of 2 to 3 exercises together that complement one another and help to improve the main lift. So the order is going to go root, which would be some sort of core or stability drill, reset, which is usually going to be some sort of breathing, rolling, or drill that's going to reset the system and allow us to kind of calm down some things that are usually overtoned. And then we're going to finish with work, which would be a big compound lift. Today we're going to be talking about the bench press. Everybody loves the bench press, but the bench press does a few things to our system that we probably want to get out of when we're done benching. First, it forces us to pin the shoulder blades, the scapula, down and back. So when we pin those shoulder blades down and back and press while they're still down and back, we create a not an advantageous position for our shoulders to function. We want those shoulder blades to be able to move. So if we do a lot of bench pressing, we're going to get stuck in that down and back position. So one of the things we're going to address here is being able to get those scapula to move and protract on the rib cage in the best way possible. We're also going to restore a little bit of flexion, because in bench press we want a pretty decent arch if we want to lift the most weights. We're going to arch and pin those shoulder blades down. So we want to be able to get that rib cage back down, get out of extension, and restore a little bit of flexion. At the same time, we're going to work on some breathing, because when we're in extension and when we're benching heavy weights, we're in a sympathetic nervous system state. So we're fired up, or our erectors are really toned up, those upper back muscles are locked in. So we're going to try to round back, get some flexion, restore some parasympathetic breathing and calm down so we can recover not only between sets, but after the workout's over. So the 3 exercises we're going to go with today are the kettlebell arm bar, all fours belly breathing, and then the bench press. The arm bar, which Coach Mike's going to show first, one of our absolute favorite exercises for working on some reflexive shoulder stability, anterior core activation, and some thoracic mobility. Okay? So Coach Mike's going to lay on his back. One knee is going to be bent. It's going to be the same side knee as the kettlebell that he has in his hand. His other leg is going to be straight. This other arm is going to be up over his head. It's getting out of the way. So Mike, move that up over your head a little bit more. Turn your palm up towards the ceiling. Good. That arm's just out of the way. I'm going to have Mike press this bell up straight to the ceiling, just like a floor press, but instead of keeping the shoulder blade back, I'm going to have him reach through the ceiling as far as he can. It's going to activate that serratus for us and protract the scapula. Now, we're working a little bit of shoulder stability in the position that we want. He's going to push through this heel, and at the same time he pushes through the heel, he's going to push through the ceiling and roll his whole body over as one unit. So as he rolls, he's reaching through the ceiling, the knee comes across at the very end, and he's stacking that bell and that fist directly over his shoulder. You'll see a lot of people who want to shrug here. I'm going to try to tell him to get that shoulder away from his ear. And you can see his shoulder is jumping around a little bit. That's those rotator cuff muscles trying to fire, trying to find stability in this position. He's going to take a breath and roll back. Good. Give me 2 more, Mike. So again, he's going to come down, press and reach. He's going to push through that heel, drive over. He's keeping that anterior core nice and tight the whole time. Takes a breath while he's laying on his side. Eyes are looking straight up through the bell the whole time. And he's letting that shoulder stabilize. He's coming back over. And one more for me, Mike. Notice the control, and then that bell never deviates from being directly over the shoulder joint. That's going to be our most stable position, and that's where we want to work. Good, come back over. So that's the root. Mike has now worked on his shoulder stability and anterior core stability. He's going to flip over and get on all fours. From here, we're going to integrate our all fours belly breathing, and this is going to be our reset. I'm going to have Mike start with his hips directly over his knees, his shoulders directly over his wrists. He's going to make a double chin, okay? From here, I want him to posteriorly tilt his pelvis, basically tuck his belt buckle up towards his nose. He's now going to reach through the ground and try to round his upper back to the ceiling. The cue we like to use is pretend there's a string on your upper back and I'm pulling that string up to the ceiling. From here, he's going to relax those feet, plan flex for me, and now he's going to shift his weight forward until his nose is past his hands, right there. Keep that posterior tilt. We want to feel some glutes here. And now he's going to take 3 to 5 deep breaths, trying to expand that posterior rib cage as he reaches. Good inhale. Good. And full exhale. And as you exhale, you want to reach even further. You want that exhale to be strong, you want it to be full, and you want to get as much air out as humanly possible. Okay? This is restoring a little bit of flexion, and it's restoring our breathing pattern, and maybe even more importantly, it's getting some scapular protraction and getting us out of that position that the bench press is going to be putting us in when we do a lot of reps, a lot of volume, and heavy load. Good. Give me one more big breath. Really expand, Mike. Tuck that butt. Good. And full exhale. Now we want to keep this nice and calm. Don't force the air in. Don't force the air out. Make sure you're getting a deep inhale, but nice and slow, and then a full, strong exhale where you feel a little bit of your abdominal wall contracting, but don't force it. We don't want to stress in that position. This is our reset. Good. Now when he's done, we're going to head over and we're going to hit some bench press. So Coach Mike is going to lay down, and we're now going to do exactly the opposite of what we just did, which is we're going to pin the shoulders down back, we're going to get a big arch, and we're going to try to press some weight. So Mike just finished a big bench pressing workout. He's pretty tired, but he wanted to show you guys this. He's digging those elbows in, bringing the scaps back, and just driving up through the bar. It's going to be about 5 to 6, Mike. We'll throw that bar to the ceiling. Good. Good, relax. So as you can see, let me step around real quick. As you can see, Coach Mike got into this position where he was really extended, pinning down, he's pressing big weight, he's in that sympathetic state. Now, in between sets, we're going to have him repeat that again to work on some shoulder stability, restore some flexion, get that breathing pattern back so that he's able to recover between sets and not feel like such an extended monster the whole time, right? That's Top Tier Tuesday. We're going to be coming to you guys every week with a new tier and a new way to integrate some of these corrective concepts into your lifting. We'll see you guys next week.